This podcast was recorded on March 26, 2022. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and people outside the binary broken class is now back in session. I'm your discussion leader, Thomas Gradient Hiura, and I'm here with the lovely ELENA LEONA from the... This is going to be a giggly episode.
Yeah, go ahead. I know what's coming. Come on.
From the ELENA LEONA Project.
Yes.
And how are you today?
Fabulous.
You're fabulous? Super fab. You missed a fab?
That's good.
Well, it's good. It's good to be with you today.
Yes,
and
thank you.
As you know from very recently, we're still laughing about this question because it's hard for you. What's a controversial opinion that you have about anything?
Vaccinations.
Oh, okay.
Boom.
I'm open to hearing
Yes.
what you... Yeah, I'll open the floor to you.
Actually, okay, can I just say this? Like, normally, I was vaccinated as a kid. I'm pretty positive because I remember the hurt from my arms and legs.
We all remember shots.
Not exactly sure what it was, but that's fine. Whatever. Cool. Normally, like I'm almost 100 years old. Well, actually, just like 40, almost 40.
Wow.
And I've never done like flu shot. I've never done H1N1, none of that stuff.
Really?
I don't get flu shots and stuff. But since COVID hit, part of me was like, actually what's funny is that I heard my roommate go, my worst fear is a pandemic. I'm like, what's a pandemic? This was literally like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I'm like, I don't even know what that word is. So I Googled, bam, bam, bam. It's like a worldwide whoop-de-doo.
It's also a board game. I don't know if that would come up first, which is
It did
about
not.
controlling the worldwide
And it
whoop-de-doo.
did not. And so I was like, I've never heard this word in my entire life. Suddenly, she goes, oh my gosh, there's a Netflix something or another series about it.
Right.
So we started watching and I was like, this is fucking crazy. Literally like a month later, the COVID thing hit. And
Yeah.
suddenly we're in the middle of a pandemic. I was like, are you kidding me? So I started freaking out, this, that, and the third.
Yeah. No, because I'm sure the doc made it sound very, very...
Everything, yes.
I almost was gonna say it sounds really deadly, but it is really deadly too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I was nervous, like shit. So I always feel like I should have been maybe born a Libra because I'm 50-50 on any freaking... Are we allowed to cuss?
Absolutely.
Or do we not? We do cuss?
Yeah. You're not facing your TikTok live. Just ignore their...
Hi guys.
No, their rules and regulations come far secondary
Right.
to my shit, which is
Right,
say
right.
whatever you want.
My shit. So I've been always fucking like, half of me is conspiracy theory and the other half of me is like facts and jargon and whatever the fuck else. And so I'm like, okay, whatever. And then finally COVID sets in and I'm like, oh shit. I got scared. I decided to get vaccinated. I'm like, I don't want to die. Bitch, I already... When I get even a regular standard cold, I'm crying my eyes out. I'm like, who's going to take care of me? Where's my mom? Even though she's in Michigan.
Michigan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I decided to get vaccinated.
Do you know the state motto for Michigan? God, I really shouldn't be interrupting this great story.
Do it.
It's
I don't know it.
if you seek a pleasant peninsula, look about you.
How do you know that?
Go on, proceed. So you got the jab.
Ma, is that true?
It's literally true. Proceed.
He's like, no, it's literally. Okay.
Please proceed, Elena.
Yes.
You got really bossy on my part.
So I guess the pro.
And how did that go for you in terms of getting that shot? And did you
I was scared as
proceed
shit.
with any of the following ones?
Yes, I got all three of them. I got boosted.
So you didn't go J&J. You went either
Moderna. I went Moderna.
Okay.
Yeah, Moderna.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it was by way of Whitebird Clinic. Ooh,
Respect.
Shouts
Big
out.
respect.
We love you guys so hard. And it was at the Wow Hall.
I don't love them that hard. I love them deeply.
Well, you know what? I feel like I need to replace my word hard with deeply because I did some other video
not
the other
better.
day and they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I love you a lot. Like, okay.
Yes.
So we did it at the Wow Hall, and then they're like, okay, you have to stay for 15 minutes
Yes.
to make sure you don't die.
Correct.
And suddenly I was like, oh, fuck me, dude. I'm about to have a heart.
Oh
Like a panic attack. So they're like, mush the thing around. Whoop. Anyways,
What?
it all
Mush
ended
it
up,
around?
Yeah, mush the shot, like where you get shot, mush it around so
okay.
you don't get COVID arm. And what was weird is that, like, nothing happened to my arm or whatever COVID arm until like 9 days later.
Sure.
9 days later, it got swollen and
Dang,
red, and I was like,
wow.
"This shit is angry, pissed, whatever, fine." But
I felt like the chills and illness kind of like 24 hours not feeling well thing about
the
it a
first
week
one?
later on the second one of Pfizer. So,
Oh, you got Pfizer.
but for me, the arm thing would never come in later. It would only fade. Like it would only be a little discomforting at first. But that's amazing.
Oh,
That's
no
interesting.
way.
That yours was. It was like 8 days, y'all. She thinks she's in the clear.
Yeah.
All of a
And
sudden,
then
3, 2, 1, pain.
and itch
Everybody,
and red,
make her
yes.
hurt now.
And then it started to spread and get bigger. I'm like, "Fuck, this is gonna go right into my heart. I'm finna die." But actually, it was great. My first dose I felt like was the worst. The second dose was like, I was a little tired the next day. My third one was like, it didn't even faze me. That's because I'm a fucking tank.
Cool. I try not to guide where these talks are going to go, but I'll say that it's a good thing that when you said this was your controversial opinion, like, I ain't got to worry about YouTube taking this down now because you complied and you got the shots. That is an area where I have a level of sympathy for. Some people might not like this, but a level of sympathy for, like, I don't think YouTube should be as stringent with taking certain things down, but it's hard because, like, it is misinformation is deadly. There's a strong perspective on that side.
That's funny that you say that because I'm like, for all y'all YouTubers, if we're allowed to say, we got TikTok live going on behind us, and there's a whole lot of that you can't do or say. You can't even do the word. I can't even say it. Has to relate with USD, but that's fine.
Right.
We're not, and I didn't know that until just now. So, I'm glad that I was actually able
It's
to
basically
fulfill
something
the
that I have
answer.
a lot of that we can't talk about. Like my wallet be mad thick from like 4 or 5 of these.
So where are you taking us to lunch? No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally.
You'd be lucky to get a crumb off my Taco
I was
Bell
like
shell.
7-Eleven, yo. We got $7 pizzas. They cooked that hoe right there.
3 of the little roller taquitos for $3.
Yo, okay. Do not.
When that's happening, that's
do not.
When
get
that is in effect, what?
I was gonna say, don't get the buffalo chicken rollers.
Why not? They're good.
No, they're nasty. Or maybe I got a 3-day-old one. That shit was like a sponge ass
Well,
tube
yes, that's precisely the appeal. That's the appeal.
with buffalo batter flavor on the outside.
A very thin millimeter of crumbly red,
Yes.
almost crusties.
He got it. I'm trying
around
to keep it
a
keto.
smooshy, spongy,
That shit was doo-doo piss.
reconstituted 12 times chicken patty. They're like, we got all these extra chicken patties. Throw them in the grinder
Yeah.
again. Make them into logs.
Yeah, make them into tubes. No,
Yeah.
no, sir.
Anyway,
Just go with the meatloaf log. or
just for
whatever
that,
was.
I'll take you to Burger King.
No.
No. Anyway.
Hey, I got a coupon. $12.99. 3 Whoppers, 3 cheeseburgers, 3 fries for $13.
I want to get into something else that's juicy, though. Juicier than them dry-ass buffalo rollers. I literally don't know where I heard this, but I follow all of your social bullshit. And, sorry, no, that was harsh. I follow the Wonders. And I told you once in a comment, I was like, you have endless personality. But on something or another, I think you were discussing a Mexican food or something. You said, I'm a bad Mexican, and you proceeded to go into it.
Oh,
And
the
so,
chamoy.
But what makes you think that?
Well, I try to make fun of it because I'm trying to make light, especially for all the people who are maybe like me, where I'm 50 Mexican and 50 American.
Okay.
And
White.
my 50, white. My 50 American, my 50 Mexican side.
Well, same as me. I'm mixed.
For real?
I'm 50 Japanese, 50 whitey from Hood River, Oregon.
Ellen, okay, so this is a very delicate place for us to be when it comes to family because my whole entire Mexican side, every single motherfucker speaks fluent Spanish. My parents didn't speak to me that way because I was like, I don't like it when you talk to me like that. And then when they would try, they would laugh. So I think they were making fun of me. So I wouldn't try to speak Spanish either.
Aw.
So they stopped trying to speak to me Spanish, but like my pops knows full on Spanish. Everybody on that whole side of the family knows Spanish. Everybody on this side, so it's like you're too white when you're with your brown side, and you're too brown when you're with your white side.
100%.
And so, getting on TikTok and all this, and I see these people like, ooh, chamoy, the chamoy pickles.
Okay.
You do a pickle doused in fucking chamoy and then ba with tahine. And I'm like, okay, let's try this. And I'm thinking chamoy is supposed to be like this strawberry sauce. No.
Okay.
It's red salt syrup.
Oh.
That's all the fuck. And I'm like, ooh,
You
I
were
look
thinking
at
it's
it.
going to be like Torani.
Yeah.
Like drizzle that on my ice cream. Although salty ice cream, well, we'll get that.
Right,
we'll
right,
get
right.
there, I'm
Salted
sure.
caramel, like I can swing with it, but
Okay.
man, and I'm trying to be keto, right? So I can't do sugar, I can't do this. I'm like, ooh, I look at the back. There's 0 this, 0 that, 0 sugars. I'm like, boom. I get the little pickle out. I do the tahine. There's a little thing on TikTok, whatever. Fine.
Nice.
But it's just
The
salt
Tajin.
on salt on salt
Sprinkle
on
the Tajin.
lime. Yup, on salt, and I'm like, this makes me want to vomit.
Okay.
I know all the Mexican homies
been
like,
explained.
yo, yeah, like, I can't. No chamoy for me, thanks.
I mean, I like a tamale, but I mean, there's a.
I hate a tamale.
It is one of those things, Mexican food, and also to a greater extent. So, like, my partner and I had hot pot the other day, just like a Chinese dish.
Yum.
And like, I feel like Mexican food is like the kind of thing where, well, in a lot of places in the world, they really try to eat the whole animal. So like,
Yeah.
So like,
Yep.
most Americans would be totally fucking with the ground beef and maybe like a seasoned chicken or whatever, chicken enchiladas or whatever you get there. And then they're like, okay, the next step is lengua or whatever. And it's like, are you messing with like beef tongue? Your partner here is. I can see him going nom 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 nom. And what's his name, by the way? Sorry, Curtis.
Casey.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Thanks, Curtis, for making sure that the video is rolling.
Yeah, no
He's
doubt.
killing it right now.
I was gonna ask, like,
I don't
hey,
even have to
babe.
get up during the show, which people have seen me do potentially before. But yeah, no, and then I'm sure there's other ones like I think they use tripe in certain things, and your face, and so that's kind of like where it is with Chinese food too. Like on some level, I'm not gonna like equivocate the two, but like, you know, chicken feet, you know, like my girlfriend are all up in there in Seattle, like at the hot pot place. And like, you know, they got pork belly's great, like beef short rib is great. You know, we're dipping it in the hot juicy stuff and it's cooking and it's great. But like, you know, she's not messing with like the chicken feet.
Then they come up with them claws, a plate of claws. And you're like,
And the way they serve, there's certain chicken dishes that Chinese serve where they kind of like cut the chicken into pieces that are cooked, but on the plate you get it like it's like a cut up chicken, like in the same bodily structure with the head and the beak and the eyes, like on the front. So I don't know if some people are just popping them beezies in their mouth and crunching on them, but anyway.
You know, I wish I could actually but
I'm sure people would say it's grotesque how you go to Costco and see the rotisserie chickens all up in
and it's funny that you say that too, because I just watched this whole thing on this TikTok, and these people were getting pissed off at this chef who he was making like about these beans, these fermented soybeans.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, hold up, there's
Natto.
Right, there's this chef who can go out and he will try worms and not Anthony Bourdain, but the bald guy. The bald big guy. He'll try everything in every country. And whether it's grotesque or not, it's like you still don't disrespect the culture. Nice. If you don't fucking like it, cool, don't like it. But you don't have to be a nasty fuck about it. And so and with me, even though I'm like, chicken feet, like that sound like shit to me. Pig's feet, chicken feet, tripe, all that stuff. Yeah. That's why I'm like, I'm a terrible Mexican. I don't even like lengua. I feel like it's chewing on a fucking raw ass tongue.
It's like fatty, which is nice, but it's
too
also
soft.
like.
But I also don't like mushrooms for that reason.
You don't like shrooms, mushrooms?
I only if they're only
creminis. You don't like them?
Thin slice them like paper thin and then fry them the fuck up in
I
animal
wouldn't
fat.
get a whole portobello. I'm not like a stuffed portobello mushroom guy.
I wish I could.
People think people think that's like a legitimate substitute for like a legitimate patty of anything else, and they're fucking wrong.
I agree. I wish I could do that. No, but I have to like paper slice my shrooms, fry them up in bacon fat till they're like chips.
Yeah.
so you can crunch on them. It's the texture, I think, is my thing.
Right.
So
Obviously, you're a person who I find very entertaining, and I am not alone in that because you have been, in the last couple of weeks only, surging greatly and more quickly than I can keep up with on TikTok. Hitting 10K followers a matter of days ago, and then yesterday I checked you were at like 14.3, and now I have to assume you're higher than that.
no, it just flatted out right there.
That can happen.
It's straight up plateaued right there. So I'm like, I think
so
everybody's
great.
waiting for me to like do the next big rap thing, and it's
They're
like,
great.
it's cool and great, but I don't think anything is going to compare to that one that I didn't think would go anywhere.
And which duet was that? Because I've seen a lot of them from you.
It was with this. He calls himself the positive something or another, but he calls himself also at E-Free-Z.
Okay.
And so that's reached up to like 130 plus thousand
Cool.
views. And I keep trying to shoot for that. Like, okay, this will get everything I think that will get me there or get me the views that one did. No, not even close.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what it was about it. The part where I didn't care, the part where I didn't try so hard, I was just like, I'm just gonna do it to make my 3-day quota, my 3 posts per day quota.
Right.
That's the only reason that one came up, and suddenly it was like, bow, 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 bow. And like I was sitting there pouring resin, not giving two shits about nothing.
Oh, you're a resin girl.
Oh yeah.
It's fun.
I get home and I'm like, wait a minute. Yo, this video, and everybody's saying shit like, ooh, if somebody's auntie just came to the party. Ooh, if Rosie O'Donnell could rap. I'm like, bitch, Rosie O'Donnell. You know what's funny too? Even since I'm like 6 years old, out at Halloween trick-or-treating, they're like, oh, look, it's Rosie O'Donnell. I'm like, bro, I'm 6. Do I look like
No,
Rosie
no,
O'Donnell?
you don't.
It's because
at
I'm
all.
fat with
It's
brown hair? Is that what that is? Like, I don't get it.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those, representation of
Which
fat
Rosie
people.
O'Donnell, if you watching, I love you and all that stuff, but it's like, come on.
Yeah, I just think like growing up, like it definitely wasn't a lot of like positive fat representation, particularly of women.
Right,
You know,
yeah,
so
oh.
it's like people jump right to like, okay, she's confident and funny and a big woman, and it's like they don't have as many points of reference for that. But hopefully nowadays there's more.
I was like, ooh, maybe that's a good little niche to slip into then, huh?
So my show's called I'm always like hyper analyzing things and over intellectualizing things. So that's yeah. Right. What up? What it do? You're an amazing musician in your own right, and you have been for quite some time.
Fake kid.
I have seen you perform at hosting at a Renegade event at the Whitaker Block Party before, which was absolutely fuego. I've also seen you perform once. You performed all over the place, but I saw you happen to play at Old Nick's Pub about 5-6 years ago. And I don't know how much you remember, but
I was like, you thought that was good? Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Okay, cool.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
I was most likely there. I know that Sammy Warmhands was there. I think that was the
He wrote a book.
I think that was the One Word show. Yeah, he written a couple books.
One Word. Yes,
Yeah, it was One Word.
Benjo was there. We became homies. One Word.
Oh,
yes,
sick.
and he's a teacher and a sober teacher. Like
Yeah,
at that.
yeah.
I'm like, ooh, hats off to you.
I want to
son.
be a professor. I'm trying to. I don't like to fuck with K through 12. They're annoying. I want to teach college age people. No, truly, yeah. No, I always
That's
thought I was going to
dope.
go in that direction. So I'm really lucky. I got this scholarship from being like considered barely a person of color in 12th grade. Like I was able to apply for this Gates Millennium Scholarship, and they were like full college anywhere, paid for, master's and doctoral degree. Hell yeah.
I know about that.
Yeah, he knows about it.
I went to Lincoln High School. Gates sponsored our high school.
You went to Lincoln High School, Gates sponsored high school up in Portland?
See, I don't even know
Tacoma. There's a Lincoln High School in Portland as well. I was just in Tacoma the other day. We came back from John Mayer's show, so we were just cruising through.
John
but
Mayer in Tacoma?
He played in Seattle. He played at the Climate Pledge Arena, which is a hilarious name for a place where I don't know. It's just funny.
Yeah, I was like, we both have a ton of family up there. Is there something with the camera? Nope. Okay, cut.
no, we Gucci.
Next, yeah.
We Gucci.
Gucci Mane.
So, I don't know the best entry point into getting you to talk about how dope you are as a band leading MC and singer. But that is all three things that you be doing at a high level and been doing for quite some time.
You know what? Actually, now that you said that, it a little bit blows my mind that I'm sitting here because once upon a time, my mom was like, yo, you could sing before you were even talking. So there was this old school song, My name is Luca. I live on the second floor. And I was just repeating these lines over and over. And I mimic. That was how I taught myself how to sing. I can't read music. I don't even know what notes I'm singing when I'm singing it. If somebody goes, yo, hit me with the E, I'm all, where can we find that first?
I'm pretty sure that's an E.
Right.
Sorry.
Boom, 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 boom.
I always remember Day Tripper. The open E is they hit an open E for the Beatles in that Day Tripper song. So I can't really hit it very well at that octave, so I go one up, but it's like boom, 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 do 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 boom, do boom, boom. That's how I get my E, and then I try to transpose, or like if someone asks for an A, it would be a fifth from the E, and I think about a bunch of bullshit.
Do you see how
and
that
then
brain
people are
works?
like, "Shut up."
Yo,
Thomas.
that brain is going, and mine's like, my closest to an E would have been like on School of Rock.
Yeah.
Where she's like, okay, give me E with the fifth above it. Okay, no, never mind. So,
cello, you
It's
turn
a
it on your side.
bass.
Cello, it's a bass.
so you know what's funny too?
I love. Is it Leonard, the Asian keyboardist?
Let's rock.
Let's rock today. You're a fat loser and you have body odor.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going a little farther, but I like it. Or whatever.
So
The girl. I'm so sorry. The girl who plays Summer, Miranda Cosgrove.
Yes.
She
that the-
apparently who knows if this is super true, but she has said, or someone said, she's a good singer. She was a good singer at the time in real life, and had to actually legitimately
Try to fake
to sing
to
that
sing
bad
bad.
off pitch.
No shit.
Memory all alone in the moonlight.
Yeah.
We can probably quote the whole movie. We
Yeah.
love that movie. Yeah.
I love him. I know, and a lot. I get that a lot too. Oh, you're the female Jack Black. I'm like, sweet, because I fucking love him.
Nice. I totally believe that he could fucking see your shit eventually on TikTok.
Hey, what's up, Jack Black? Where you?
Oh, your live paused or ended. I don't know. But we still
Suspended.
rolling on the pod. As y'all can see,
Bullying
this is a
and
wonderful.
harassment?
So this is in real time.
Was this a
We are
mistake?
seeing.
Live access suspended.
It's one of those interesting quandaries, though, where these social media giant companies cannot profitably staff enough people. So, like, they have to, like, algorithmically and with bots, like,
appeal submitted.
yeah.
Who are we bullying?
I don't know. It's probably some algorithm, some software
hater
that
ass?
flagged you, or some.
Son of a bitch!
You
I
are-
just monetized my.
You're bullying no one. I'm sorry.
I was like, here. Oh, now we about to get bullied. Now this is some bullshit. Okay, so
Yeah.
hold on. Back to the original.
Yeah, we went School of Rock, but we were kind of coming from like you and music, and you didn't think
Yes.
that back in the old Knicks days you
Oh.
were really chopping.
Well, a long time ago, I didn't even know that you could go to school to learn how to do digital music. So when I had low key gotten this DUI, whatever, fine. I'm like, let me go check out what Lane's got going on.
We all make mistakes.
Right? It was the last time I swear I will ever do that. So, because
that.
they scared me pretty good. I was like, man, can I get no like street cred from this? Like,
Well, I think you get
Video
it. I think
this shit.
I think you get it now in terms of I
Like-
think you get it now in terms of like, oh shit, I endangered people on the road.
yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Well,
But that's the
I
past.
don't want to endanger no one.
That's the past.
But so what happened was I was like, okay, let me go to Lane. I checked it out. I saw that you could do MIDI. I'm like, oh, what's this?
Yeah.
And I signed up. I go to the MIDI class, and I learned how to make beats. And before you know it, I was like, all I want to do is get my ass on stage. What do I need to do that? I found a $5, looked like no bigger than a pack of a little stick of gum, a $5 iPod Shuffle.
Oh, sick.
I put my little I'm telling you, whack beats on there.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I have like a 45-minute set. So I stuffed it, I plugged it with my original beats and then a few like karaoke, like, okay,
Right.
Nicki Minaj.
Monster. No.
I legit was doing like boom, boom,
boom,
boom, boom,
super
boom,
bass,
boom, bass.
super bass.
Fantastic.
This is great.
Right?
This one is for the boys with the
Yeah,
booming
but-
system, top down AC. Got the coolest system. When he come up in the club, he be blazing up. Got stacks on deck like he's saving up.
Like an
And he
ill
he built.
bill.
He
He
might
got-
get a deal. He pop bottles and he got the right kind of build. Yeah.
Yeah, he cool, he dope.
I
he
just
myself,
freestyled
cool.
that. Shit,
Yeah, you
that
did.
was fire.
Yeah, you did.
That
And
was
you
fire.
knew it. So I was like, okay, I put all my shit on the shuffle. I start going out. I'm emailing people like crazy. But what's funny about my stupid emails is that they're like 100 fucking paragraphs long.
don't
You
get
want
the
to work with me? You
response.
want to do this? I made such a fool out of myself. I want
Straight to the
everybody to
point.
know. I made such a fool out of myself trying to sell myself to the community, to venues, to other rappers, Marvelous, Met Diggy back in the day, everybody. I'd hit him up and be like, yo, I'm the bitch you want to work with. And I put all this. Yes, it's embarrassing now, but I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to get out there and do my music.
I think
I
as far
wanted
as
to put
Met
that shit
Diggy,
out there, and I kept going and going and going, and I'm still here. We're talking 10 years later, and I'm just now this big.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I just now have this many followers on TikTok, this many followers on Facebook. So the whole point is that it's not a fucking sprint, dude.
No.
It's a marathon. Like, you gotta keep going, and you can't give up, no
Yeah,
matter how stupid you look.
And as hungry as you are in the early years, you don't realize how much you need refinement, growth, and maturity before you can own the spotlight. Some people could
Yeah.
actually get
For sure.
something hit viral too early and then they're fucked forever. You know, like because they could never follow it up at that time, and then everybody pigeonholes them. So you know what I mean?
That's
like,
how I feel even right now on TikTok. I'm like, oh, that thing blew up, and now I can't make anything that's ever gonna match that.
oh, you totally will though. But I understand feeling that way.
But yeah,
Hey,
so
I can say though, however Met Diggy / Metric responded to
Metric,
that
yep.
in the moment.
What's up, Met?
Yeah, I know for 100% a fact because we literally talked about it last night. Him and I that he thinks you're mad dope. You know, I was like, I'm gonna go to Elena's place tomorrow and do the show, and he's like,
Are you joking?
I love Elena. She's tight.
Because I'm waiting for when we gonna collab.
I can show you the text.
Hey, let's put. Wait. Let's call
He's
him.
great.
Let's call him right now.
call him.
Yeah, for part of the show. What do you think,
That would
people?
be kind of funny.
What do you
That'd
think,
be kind of
Pete?
funny. I could activate this other mic channel. We could do the speakerphone thing. We've never had call-ins or outs of the. Oh, you know what? I misentered his phone number into my phone. Do you have his number?
A cable?
Do you have his number though? I gotta
No.
know. I'll
I
give
don't
him a
have his
messenger
number,
call.
but
I'll
I
give
was
him a
like, I'll messenger
call.
call him.
Yeah.
Hey, we have this dongle right here. I don't know if that helps or does anything.
It's a good idea, but I don't know if we.
And if it doesn't work, no big deal. But I
Yeah.
just think it might be a nice little surprise
Oh, it'd be
element to the
hilarious.
show.
It'd be awesome.
Come on, Diggy, tell me
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
up.
yeah. He's the man, and he and I have collabed recently, so it's tight. It's tight. Ha! He valued me over you. Lol. JK.
Oh my god, you guys. How the fuck did we get bullying and harassment on TikTok? That's bullshit.
I don't know.
He probably is gonna be like, bitch, I'm sleeping.
I don't know how we got bullying and harassment on TikTok.
Oh my god.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Come on, man, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, Matt. It's Elena and Thomas.
Elena,
Right? Right?
what's up, girl?
What's happening? No, we're both here doing a podcast real fast, and we got onto the subject of you.
I'm literally in my studio recording a new song right now.
No joke.
No joke.
That's what it's all about, baby. Tell us about your project, man, because I don't know how much you want to reveal yet, but this is gonna come out in about a week, and everything I've heard from your shit is just next, not even next level, but next level.
Sorry to cut you off. I'm making a new album, and I haven't made an album in a long time, but I'm kind of just going a little extra. It's just gonna be, this album's gonna be hard as hell.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be fire.
I completely believe it, man. I mean, I have verification of that, frankly, having heard the snippy snippets. I'm sure Elena would too. You got to send her some shit, man. She's very fond of you. She was talking about early days of her getting into it in hip hop and trying to network with like Marvelous and you and sending like she said she sent some long emails that she regrets now that it's like why was that shit so long?
You know what's funny? I was just talking about Elena Leona.
Oh shit.
I'm not gonna have very many, if any, guests on this album because I just don't want everybody's like dirty fingers all over my beautiful masterpiece.
Yes.
But I watch Elena Leona's stuff on social media, and she's hilarious and talented. Like,
No doubt.
Probably way more vocally talented on the singing tip than I can be. So I was actually going to reach out to Elena soon to get some help on a track if you're interested.
No, you know it. You know I am. I super am. And that's so awesome.
I'm just so clandestine and secretive about everything I do. No one except a few close friends even knows what's going on. I should promote more. I should release singles on SoundCloud or something.
Or maybe, or maybe that's the genius of it is that you are so like like we gotta peel back them layers. You know what I mean?
Why don't you play that song I sent you yesterday on the podcast?
Sure, bro. I'll play it. Yeah, absolutely. I'll patch it into the audio later, but I'll play it now as well for her to hear. But yeah, man. So thanks for picking up the call, dude.
Yes, for
this
sure.
This is the first time I've ever had a call in, but I've got you like this audio is being recorded and stuff too. So this is gonna be fun.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Matt. I was like, let's call him right now. He's like, oh.
I got one more funny story for you both, and then we're out.
Okay.
I was at Costco yesterday trying to basically get some grubs, get some frozen goodness food, and I didn't realize that I had surpassed my EBT balance. So I needed to call the EBT people and figure out what the balance was so I could pull off the amount of items needed at the register to still use the card at all instead of paying cash. So I realized that for whatever reason, I was trying to call them, reading the number off the card on my EBT card. It was like 1877 da 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 da.
Yep.
And
9,000.
Yeah, exactly. 4997 or some shit like that. And it kept saying Matthew Sunderland, which is metric, and I was like, is he calling me right when I'm doing this shit? And then it didn't work out, or I didn't hear him, so I hit the red button, did it again, called them, and Matthew Sunderland again. Come to find out, somehow I coded Matthew Sunderland as the name for that EBT number in my phone, so when I was calling them, I thought I was calling metric, so I would hang up.
You're like, hey, so Matt, did you get a grip of calls yesterday?
I feel like after all that, you owe me like $50 in food stamps, bro.
He's secretly the
At
government.
least a fucking cheeseburger or like 5.
That's right. All right.
Put me through all that. I mean, at least feed me, bro.
Exactly. Dude, salute to you. Thanks for picking up. And good luck with your recording, brother.
Hey, show off that song.
I will.
For sure.
We're about to spin it right now. All right, peace out to you.
Scoop, scoop.
All right, peace.
Bye.
He's a good gentleman. I rate the quality of that call 4 out of 5 because these people don't need my full praise. Why would I give them that? Yeah. All right, this is 1 minute and 22 seconds. We're gonna vibe.
Eyes are open, ears can hear when lies are spoken. Ties are broken, pirate programs peer-to-peer on wired modems. Try to focus, my psychosis has a diagnosis. The psychiatrist thinks I should try hypnosis. Used to fear my life was hopeless. Years and years of writing flows, now I'm the dope. High explosive, overtime corrosive. Lying low when the moment's right. Unload entire clips on my opponent. So as cold as ice, my heart is frozen. Let you know the price before you roll the dice. Art of war, give your enemies more than they bargain.
Yeah, dude, he's actually,
That was mad tight, and I want to keep it going. Nah, I'm sorry.
Right.
Because of my phone
They bargain for him, OG twice, OD once, no advice. Flow is bright enough to spark the core. Survival of the starving poor, revival of the market.
The
for
beat
what
just
I
keeps, like,
report, get
evolving,
high
too.
on tour
Yeah.
and right galore. These shows is overpriced. Might
His-
get bored and
his
start the
delivery is
stormy
so
nights, 'cause
crispy
no one knows
and
we like
clean,
to
too.
use
Like, I
MCs
just
to
got
wipe the
mad
floor. That's
respect
right.
for
I
that.
told my son
Yep.
the sky's the limit. Pointed him towards the mic, said you'll be bigger than I ever coulda. Here's a torch to light.
He was saying he told his son he was gonna be bigger than he ever could have been, and here's a torch to light. It was like, what? It's
Yeah.
like father generational shit.
Yeah.
And it's crispy cold rhymes.
crispy cold.
Crispy and cold. Crispy cold. Crispy loaves. It's not what anyone would say when they put on your shit. Metri and ELENA LEONA all on it. I'm psychotic, gonna run like Sonic. Or I'm Tails, or I'm Knuckles, searching for the rubies. And I'm not in India, I ain't got no rupees. Is that a motherfucking currency from Legend of Zelda? I do not know. I ain't played that shit back in the day. I didn't play that on Nintendo 64. Damn. Smash Bros. That was me like all day. Pull the shit out. Banjo-Kazooie. Do that shit, let it all spray. Shoot my egg. Mumbo. Humba Wumba. What's up though? Do you even know these references? Nobody knows I'm a legend. Shit. Doing it. All day, classic. Freestyles are so not tragic. When I'm on that mic, it's like Vlasic. How I be pickling these rhymers. And I give it to you in time, bruh. Blow.
Oh, that was nasty.
I didn't expect that to happen on the pod. That's what happens when you got musical minds.
Nasty.
Inspiring one another.
Yes, did you like that, Toots?
Not
yes,
only is
she did.
Metric is so fucking good at what he does, dude.
Yeah, for real.
Everything he does. The many hustles of Met.
Right?
Yeah. You know what made me really sad yesterday? Is finding out that a musician that I never thought would leave the planet so soon, Taylor Hawkins, the drummer from Foo Fighters, he passed away yesterday at 50 years old.
Damn, what?
Yeah. No, it was so disappointing. Well, disappointing doesn't even really cover it because that's not the right emotion. It's like, it's to know that happened was tragic. And I was just on my bicycle and I got that alert on my phone or whatever from NYT, I think. I didn't know how to process. I didn't move. I just kind of ignored it. And then today I had to remember that it was real.
Yeah.
You know, but it's really too bad. He was close with Dave Grohl. I mean, when you think about Dave Grohl being, he was a drummer in a few bands and was highly coveted to where Kurt convinced him to join Nirvana and all that. And then the idea that like Taylor Hawkins could only be one of the greatest for Dave Grohl to trust him to play drums for him. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what he was. And he brought a lot of joy and energy and was just actually like, there's very few bands where like I'd say the second most beloved and well-known guy is the drummer. It's always like the front man and then usually the guitarist or Pete Wentz, the bassist or whatever,
right?
The guys that are up front. But like Taylor Hawkins was really like the almost front man of Foo Fighters when Dave was either running around in the crowd or going, taking a break and letting Taylor run the show for a little bit. So it is rough. I never got to meet him or anything, but I did see him when he was in 2017 on their Concrete and Gold tour. I was working at a hotel downtown in Eugene. It was still called Hilton at the time, I believe, Hilton Eugene.
Oh, yeah.
And and they were playing, and they were staying at the hotel, I believe, because they were like in and out of the restaurant and stuff. And I saw Taylor Hawkins there anxiously, like in our restaurant, like playing finger drums on the table, just like getting into it. Yeah, exactly. Because whether it was his stage fright or just his constant passion for music. Another cool thing about that I got to do was leak leak the info of them being there to our friend Sammy Warmhands, who's a big rock musician and fan as well. And so he snuck in there and last night he reshared on IG the post from 2017, his little debrief, because he got to meet almost everyone in the band.
Dope. Yeah.
And because Sam only drives his tour van, that's his only vehicle.
That's right. Yep.
And so he got to meet Chris Shiflett, the guitarist, Nate Mendel, the bassist, who he really admires because bass is a big part of Sam's history, and bass tone. He's a nerd about bass tone. He really is. But then he comes out to go back to his van, and there's Taylor Hawkins, and blonde, beautiful Taylor Hawkins himself, already looking at the van. It's a lot like your van, except yours is a little longer, but it's got decals. It's like
Take 95 or something like that,
Take 92,
right?
exactly.
Take 92, yeah.
Illusionist and all that.
Except his van's way nicer.
Oh, I don't know about that. I've seen it break down on the road.
Oh.
Yeah, we got stuck in Iowa for like almost 4 nights.
Yeah, we got stuck once.
505-degree weather.
Yeah.
505-degree weather. You guys got fucked.
On the radiator.
Dang.
Well, I'm in the blown out tire, but
Steam. I got a huge scar across my arm because
he's got a huge scar across his arm because of this Oh my God! Wow.
But it's all
The
right. It's all
steam.
right.
Anyway,
Hey-o.
but it was crazy. Like Sam comes out and there's Taylor Hawkins looking at his tour van, and they got to talk about it and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, I want to see." And Taylor was like, "Oh, I want to see what you got, how you got it rigged up in there, and stuff." Like, just genuine passion
really?
for people
Aw.
and music and
Doing
and
the
artists.
things,
And,
yes.
yeah, and very much like I saw. This is also something Sam shared was Lars Ulrich from the drummer from Metallica shared a post with Taylor and basically remarking on drummers sticking together and really like them feeling like they're a part of something, but also they both, Metallica and Foo Fighters, feel very much like torchbearers for all of rock, because they're the ones that are still doing it at the biggest level, that have been doing it for decades.
Yeah.
And you can tell when you go see them, they're covering, the Sex Pistols live, and they're covering, the Clash, and like doing a bunch of awesome old school
dope.
stuff to keep that rock spirit alive and
That's dope.
strong and thriving.
Yeah.
So big RIP to the great Taylor Hawkins. There'll be no one like him.
Yes.
Yeah. It sucks when drummers die. The Rev died, and that always crushed me from Avenged Sevenfold. Like about 10 years ago, he passed away, and he was like another one. It was just like, well, but even then, Sinister Gates and M Shadows are probably the most like front-facing members of the group. But everyone really loved the Rev, and he wrote the song Afterlife, which is my favorite Avenged Sevenfold song. Yep. So
Sound very knowledgeable in all the drummers that I know nothing about.
good thing about a podcast is you can just talk about
Yes.
shit that you know.
Yeah.
Which is, it's gonna make it sound like, oh, what a deep reservoir of knowledge. No, this is
Yes,
just the shit that
kinda,
I
kinda
particularly know.
Yeah.
Doesn't make me broad scale knowledgeable, But
Maybe broader
It is
scale
what
than
it is.
some other people's in a sense.
perhaps. Yeah. I feel like you are very much in like the Eugene, like you seem to have a love for Eugene. Eugene has a love for you. I that's what I have observed. And has it always been your home around here, or are you a transplant?
I am a transplant.
Cool.
Well, sort of, kind of half key. I was born in Aberdeen, Washington. Nirvana.
That's where Kurt is literally from.
Right.
Yeah.
And but I wasn't old enough to know
word.
or remember. So my parents were both in the Coast Guard at the time. I was really young. So I lived in Florence until I was about 4. My parents split. Me and my mom took off to Michigan, about 4 or 5 years old. And then I've always flown back and forth from Michigan to Oregon because he stayed here and went to beauty school and started doing hair and all this stuff, which coincidentally we ended up having one of the same beauty school teachers, even like however billion years later, right? And so I've flown back and forth ever since. And then ultimately when I was like 15 or 16, so back in like 98, 99, I was like, I just wanted to be here in Eugene. And so I came here and moved here and have been here since then.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I travel always up to Tacoma in Seattle to visit like my mom's side of the family. So it's like this whole area has been my shit since forever.
Cool.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what was the Michigan? Where was that in Michigan? Because I actually have a history a little bit in Michigan as well.
You do too?
Ann Arbor mostly.
I've been finding a lot of people have a lot of history in Michigan. My mom was stationed in Belle Isle at once, so like right near Detroit.
Yeah.
So I went to a school for a year and a half where like I was the minority once. And
Belle Isle's pretty industrial. Not as much as Zug Island, I think.
probably you're right.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know there was a Zug Island.
Yeah.
And then I lived in Harbor Beach, and then my mom and my stepdad are still in like Shelby Township.
Right.
So it's like 20. So if you can relate Detroit to 8 Mile with Eminem, we're on 23 Mile, which is like 45 minutes to an hour away in like a super kind of low-key hoity-toity suburb of Detroit, or outside of it. So that's where,
Okay, word. Yeah, no, I am a juggalo, and so that's another part of my ties to Michigan and Detroit.
chicken hunting?
Who's going chicken hunting? Got a motherfucking chicken
now, bear.
Yeah. No, seriously, like I've been to a bunch of their shows, 7.5 of them, roughly. It depends on if you count a half show as seeing one of them, like Shaggy Two Dope show. I saw one of those. That's half of an ICP show. But there's also an ICP show I only partially attended because the girlfriend at the time was completely just like not having it after like 3 songs in. She was just like,
No.
no. And so, yeah, it was a bummer because like the previous year she wouldn't come to the show with me. This was in Minneapolis. We were in Northfield, Minnesota. We went to college like 45 miles south of the Twin Cities, and she wouldn't go with me, which is fine. I understand it's not her scene, it's not her style of music.
Sure, yeah.
But she, we're all about like truth and like intention and what you say, and so she basically said, "I promise the next time they come around, I will go with you." She didn't realize how much they tour because I was like 10 or 11 months later.
Next week
10
and then
or 11 months later, they were like, "Oh, guys, we're doing Riddlebox anniversary tour."
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so they came and played the Riddlebox in a small venue, but that was like, I mean, it was bless her heart, and I appreciate that she, saw her word as something to keep up, and she made every effort to persist in the goal of seeing the show with me. And there was a moment, she didn't make me leave the show, but she couldn't stay at the show anymore. And I wasn't going to leave her in a cold car or whatever,
She couldn't handle it. She's like, "Okay, babe, I'll come."
She could have, but
Right.
I would have been that douche. And not a good douche. I feel like douches get a bad rep.
Not a good douche.
Because there's not a lot of sanitary products out there that people use as an insult and a pejorative. You fucking wet wipe.
Speaking of sanitary products, I have to take a whiz.
Okay.
So what time are we at?
Original
Just so
Wizinated
you know,
up.
just so you know, you do.
I honestly think it's not bad to run to cut the show. To
Take a
call
pause?
No.
Okay.
Y'all have been rocking with us for some time. It's been lovely. We'll do it again
51.
sometime. I want to
Yes.
ask you, can you hold it for 3 minutes while I ask you one last question?
Okay, go.
Okay, so Broken Class Podcast. Yeah, it's been fun, y'all. A lot of stuff in society and in the world seems like it's crumbling. Seems like it's broken.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, what's something in the world that you think is broken?
Girl.
My spine.
I was like, you finna have me cry right now? Besides the homelessness in the general area, the Ukraine and the news.
Because what I really want is your idea of a solution.
Can I tell you that I could be motherfucking bippity boppity boo, wave my magic wand, and all the bullshit will go away? That's the solution.
Yeah.
That's the only one I can fucking fathom.
Yeah.
But legit, like, I sometimes at night, like, y'all, I might be a little crazy, I don't know. But every once in a while, when I'm feeling, if I tap into it too hard and dwell, I'll take it on. Like, I think I'm an empath to a fault.
Oh.
And the other day, even before work, oh shit, here we go. Oh shit.
It's okay.
The other day before work, the news said, "Hey, we're going to show you some very graphic pictures and things of the Ukraine."
Very hard.
Yo, and I started crying. I had to shut it off because I'm like, I'm supposed to be training with new people. I'm a caregiver. That's what I do for my job. I'm a caregiver.
Gotcha.
And so before I go
There's
to
emotional labor there.
Yo, whoo, boy. And so they were showing these pictures. I couldn't even fucking believe that they were able to show these images and videos and footage to the public, because it's like, how can you not get the world in a stir when they see these type of things?
Yeah.
And so I just started going down and down and down, and I'm like crying, and I had to shut the TV off. And so every once in a while when I can, I don't know if it works, I don't know if it don't work, I don't know nothing, but I try to imagine all the hurt and the shit that's going on. It's like I'm sitting here worried about motherfucking likes on TikTok, but we got babies and mamas and everybody dying over here.
Straight up.
And this is some bullshit. And so I try to imagine legit like a pink, I don't know why pink, a pink impenetrable, is that the right word? Bubble or dome or sphere.
Impenetrable is great.
Yeah, around the whole world.
Or impervious.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, I like that word.
Mm-hmm.
All around the world at once. So that just for like 5 minutes, everybody could feel okay and feel like some sort of peace, or feel like there's some sort of end to the bullshit. And so Yeah, if I keep talking, I'm finna bust some tears out.
I respect it. Well, you're part of the world, so healing yourself and whatever it takes is part of healing the world. It reminds me of a great John Lennon quote. John Lennon said, time is not wasted if you enjoy wasting it.
Ooh.
So some people would say, what you doing? You're just going to close your eyes and imagine a fairy tale land? Well, you enjoyed that time spent, and that was good for you. And that meant it was good for the world. Because it didn't hurt anybody. I don't think.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Cool. All right. I won't stand in the between you and the receptacle of your urine. I will not stand any longer. Okay, I will. I'm going to block you.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to block you.
What a gangsta.
Yeah.
Thomas,
Athletic
thanks
stance.
for hanging out.
Yeah. Thanks for supporting the gradient shit I've been trickling out, too. It's always much appreciated.
Yes.
And we'll do this again sometime.
Yes, for sure.
All right, y'all check out the ELENA LEONA project. You won't regret it.
www.theelp.net.
There it is.
Thank you.
Peace.
Ooh. Do we cheers our mics?
That's not good for him.
Right. A very soft, delicate cheer. Yeah. 2017. Who's the motherfucking boss? How many of y'all need to get some of that fuck it in your life? You better hit them trees if you know what I mean. I'm the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I'm the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I am the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. You can call me big baby, you can call me big hoss. I'm the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I am the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I'm the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I'm the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I'm the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I am the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. You can call me big baby, you can call me big hoss. I'm the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I am the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I'm the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. There ain't no not getting from me. Music is my life because naturally, say that you will, say that you won't. It's about high time, I do what I want. Either you in, either you out. I send them running without a doubt. Soul on my sleeve is what I'm about. Flaring my snap, I am a powerhouse. Be at the top, mid-side, or right in between. I will be on you like some Maybelline. I hit the chronic when it's nice and clean. But don't piss me off, I get hella mean. Knee-jerk react, bitch, please step back. I'm coming through like Hulk on crack. I let you push, I let them pull. But don't forget, I am the hub. This is my ship, yo soy capitana. And if you bitch, then hasta mañana. You know I'm locked, set, ready to go. Needing to flip the script, yo, it's out of control. Get in your wig piece split, don't be horsing on my flow. Make it for baby gold in the studio. I hear you knocking, man, I'm out the door. We needed some more of that microphone. I'm the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I'm the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I am the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. You can call me big baby, you can call me big hoss. I'm the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I am the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I'm the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I am the show before the calm, like Adam's A-bomb. I be blowing up a spot, handfuls of napalm. Microwave tater tots, no more mediocre shots, no more cheap paying slots. Drop the bugs of hot box, the biggest big cheese, the meanest main squeeze. El Jefe Honcho Macedon like freaking royalty. Yo, where the fuck I been? What's happened to me? Fuck up people, please, now get on your knees. This time I don't give a fuck what everyone thinks. Fuck shit, piss, bitch, cuss and relief. Explicit lyrics, how obscene my sounds mean more than words I scream. You jumping over, you jumping through. You ducking, dodging, yo, what it do? I catch you slipping, no, I'm better, boo. Nah, I got something for that attitude. I'm the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I'm the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I am the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. You can call me big baby, you can call me big hoss. I'm the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I am the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I'm the boss, I'm the motherfucking boss. I had a hard life, was more left alone. So I learned to entertain myself. Poems from the catacombs, pulling sounds from the dome. Noise make a syndrome. Wherever I may roam like a bougie cell phone. In and out of circle, I don't trust a little bitch. You be putting up a front and be flipping on a switch. About to do what I want, got a glitch ass twitch. Leave you fuckers dead and gone up right in the ditch. Talking shit right now I feel so rich. It's about the insides of when your little light dies. Middle fingers in the air, no my lonely cries. Gotta let down the hair, let the 50 haters. I know what to do it like you do it, so Felicia bye. About to